How to prepare for an interview. Now, when we hear the word interview, this is a major concern for every person who is looking for a job. His concern is whether we will get through the interview. Will I get a job? This will be the major concern for him. Now, let us understand what is an interview first. An interview is just a process for you to understand the organization and for the organization to understand you. Because whenever an organization hires someone, they need to know whether they are a suitable candidate for that position that they are hiring for. If you are suitable, you get selected. If not, they tell you no. That's what happens in all organizations. So what we would do is, we would need to know how to prepare for this and how to make the possibilities more than 90% to get a job. Now, whenever you are called for an interview, the first thing that you need to do is you need to do a research and find out whether your skills are suitable for the position that you have applied for. And if it is suitable, then you need to understand that you have to prepare whatever you have learned. Probably you have learned some years back, or maybe 1 year back, you might have forgotten it. So you have to prepare well on your subject knowledge. Apart from subject knowledge, so there are two parts that we have right now. One is the technical part and the other one is the non-technical part. The non-technical part is about the soft skills. Okay, how you behave, the way you talk and all that. And the technical part will be about your subject knowledge. Now, no one can teach you about the subject knowledge because you are the person who has to learn about your subject. Because if you don't know your subject, then it'll be difficult for you. So no one else can replace you as far as your subject knowledge is concerned, but someone can teach you how to improve your soft skills during an interview. Now, once your technical part is done, you have prepared well for the interview. The next thing what I need to do is the soft skill part. So what is the soft skill part about? It is about your communication, the way you talk to the interviewer, okay? And how we need to talk, the first thing is you have to be very relaxed. I know that it is a tense situation for you, but however, you have to be relaxed during the interview. You have to be very casual. Okay? Any questions that are being asked to you, make sure you understand the question that is being told and then you respond to it. If you know the answer, answer it. If you don't know it, be frank. Tell the person, I'm sorry, I don't have an idea about it, but if you could let me know, I will definitely learn about it. Be open to learning. Okay? Don't pretend to give an answer. They will understand that you are trying to pretend that you know the answer, but don't pretend. If you don't know it, accept it and tell them, I'm sorry, I don't have a knowledge about it, but I would like to learn about it. So there you are bringing out your ability to learn and you're open to learn as well. Okay, so you're trainable. So once you have prepared yourself on this, next you can do a research. We call it as a homework for the organization. So find out what the organization is all about. What is the production? Who is the CEO? Who is managing the organization? How many branches do they have? What is the company working on? What are the areas that they focus on? Probably it could be a customer service, or it could be a technical service. It could be a call center. So whatever may be the situation, you have to prepare a homework about the organization. Know about the organization. That shows the interest that you have in your job profile. So once you have learned about the organization, then you will prepare the necessary questions for the interview. You can go through the net, find out the questions and also try to answer. I'm not going into the questions and answers right now. We will have a separate video on that. So how to answer the questions when the HR asks you certain questions. But as of now, I'm just telling you how to prepare for it. So prepare the necessary questions that are needed for the interview and be ready. The next thing that you need to do is you need to prepare your dress code. Make sure if it's boys, probably you wear a full sleeve shirt and a pant and shoes, right? It's a bit of formal. You don't have to wear a tie or something like that, but make sure that you are neatly dressed. Okay, and light color shirt and dark color pant would do good. The belt should match the color of your shoes, and also make sure you comb your hair neatly. It's neatly trimmed. If you have a beard, please make sure it's neatly trimmed. Okay, you can do all your styles, you can do all the fashion once you're in your job. That time you have the freedom to do it. But as of now, you have to make sure that you are very presentable. Okay, you are like, in the sense, when they look you, it gives a good image to them, saying that, okay, this guy looks pretty good, right? We call it as a first impression, right? So you have to make sure about the first impression. For girls, probably you could wear a good churidar or a sari. I'm talking about the south part, so it depends upon you which state you are or the culture that you follow. According to that, you can even wear a formal dress, a pant and a shirt also for the interview. Don't use too much of makeup. Okay, just make sure you're pretty good, right? So, and also it depends upon the distance that you are from the organization. You need to find out the route to the organization and your mode of travel to the organization. Don't be late for the interview. If your interview is scheduled at 11:30, make sure that you guys are there in the organization by 11 o'clock. So half an hour before the interview schedule, make sure you are there. Because there could be possibilities of traffic on the way you travel, or you might have some problems with your vehicle. So that could have a buffer time where you could reach. Don't give any reasons, okay? Don't want to give any reasons telling them, I'm sorry, I got delayed, or I had a problem at home. Whatever may be the situation, make sure that you are there well in time. It is better to be early than to give reasons why you are late. So make sure that you are ready there for the interview, okay? And talking about the soft skills part, again, as I told you, when you reach there, knock the door, enter. Don't give a handshake before the interviewer gives you a handshake. If he doesn't give it, don't give it, right? And only after him telling you to sit down, you could sit down. Have a smile, light smile on your face whenever you are talking to the interviewer. And as I told you, you need to understand the question first. So your listening skills are very important. Understand the questions first and then respond accordingly. It's okay if you take 5 seconds or 10 seconds time to respond to the question, but make sure that your questions are appropriate to the question. And once they ask you all the questions, and if they ask you, do you have any questions, you can definitely put forward some questions. But what to ask, what not to ask, I will tell you during the other video when I make a video on interview questions, so, and how to answer them. So that time you will know, like, when should I answer, or how to answer these questions, and what questions can you ask the interviewer. So these are the necessary preparations that you guys have to do before ever you go for an interview. So don't get scared. Don't be afraid of interviews. It's just an interaction. And remember, it's not just one door that is open for you. Okay, there are many doors. And the more and more interviews you attend, the more and more experienced you would become in how to answer or handle questions. So be very cool, relax yourself, and make sure you prepare for the interview well. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also click on the notification button. If you have any comments on your interviews or any questions that you would like to ask me, you could go ahead and put it in the comments. I would be happy to answer you. And make sure you do well during your interviews. Thank you, guys.